While she was in the States, she interacted with the Secretary of State of the state of Maryland, Susan Lee, and other high profile and other high profile government officials. This is something that will never happen for Mr. Benedict. So he issued a statement and say the international partner should not do business with Senator Lawrence because she's being expelled. Does this man sound like somebody who wants to reconcile the party? So SKTV, where he went to make that statement, is owned and operated by an anti-Nyombi campaigner. So I know for a fact that Sekou is a king's mayor of Mr. Benedict. They can say whatever they want to say, but we can't allow. How can you believe somebody who says one thing and does another thing? The statement issued by Mr. Benedict 2 days ago, you think it represents reconciliation? Even though the international partners will not listen to Mr. Benedict because they know where he come from. Senator Lawrence just returned from the U.S. last week at the invitation of the National Democratic Institute, the Host Partnership for Democracy. The U.S. Congress invited her to participate in the legislative track for the Summit of Democracy. She spent 1 week, couple of days in Washington, D.C. While she was in the States, she interacted with the Secretary of State of the state of Maryland, Susan Lee, and other high profile government officials. This is something that will never happen for Mr. Benedict. So he issued a statement and say the international partner should not do business with Senator Lawrence because she's being expelled. Does this man sound like somebody who wants to reconcile the party? So SKTV, where he went to make that statement, is owned and operated by an anti-Nyombi campaigner. So I know for a fact that Sekou is a king's mayor of Mr. Benedict. They can say whatever they want to say, but we can't allow ourselves to be misled by what they are doing. Mr. Benedict said you want to reconcile the party.
Finally,
Mr. Benedict said you want to reconcile. He want to reconcile the party, but he goes out and does something contrary to reconciliation. So how do you expect us to be listening to the kind of man? We have an election 6 months from now.
So, folks, unfortunately, we're not going to continue with the show today. I think we need to fix what is going on right now. I think it has something to do with my internet. Whatever it is, we have to discontinue with today's show. We will come back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get everything fixed, because I don't want to be on the show and then it should be being breaking up and you can hear me. So we will come back tomorrow. All right. We're having some technical problem today, so we got to fix it and come back tomorrow. Somebody said my internet is fine, but it's still not correct. You know, I can see it from my end here. It's kind of breaking. I don't like that. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. Let me see. Let me try one more thing one last time. If that will change.
Amanda Awetu Maipuye Liberia.
I'm not sure what it is, but I've been having some serious problem. Hopefully this will fix it. I'll try to make some adjustment. It seems like it's okay now, but I'm not too sure. People are eager, people are coming. Yeah, you see, somebody says Sekou is breaking in transition. It seems okay now, I believe. Because from my end here, it's telling me it's okay now. So let me know if you can hear me clearly and it's not breaking anymore, and if it's stable, let me know if we can continue. If somebody says okay, it looks like it's okay now. All right. Okay. So if you listen to that gentleman who was speaking, all right, thank you. A lot of people are responding that it's okay. So the gentleman who was speaking, calling himself the spokesperson for the Liberty Party, he is one of those people that used to admire and cherish Sekou Kene and SKTV. He even came on his platform, I think once or twice. When we supported Nyomli Kanga Lawrence, we were the best. Now, because there is a conflict in the Liberty Party that involves someone from the Mandingo tribe, and I'll be the Mandingo person, all of a sudden now I'm anti-Nyomli. Can you imagine that SKTV is owned and operated by an anti-Nyomli campaigner? Since when? Since when Sekou Kene and SKTV became anti-Nyomli campaigner? It looks like something is not right today. I think we have noticed, we have started noticing the same problem again. If it's not going to work, we just let go for today, fix it, and get prepared for tomorrow. Yeah, it was good for a minute, but it seems like we are still experiencing the same problem. Man, what is going on here? This is not cool at all.
Oh, na 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 na.
Just let people them.
Let
people them.
D12 on the beat.
I know they send you to monitor. Go tell them say you not see me, yo. I know they send you to slow me down. Go tell them say you not see me, yo. Doubting you. Doubting pinching you, yeah, yeah. You choose to live, you want to live. I choose to live, I want to live. Oh, yeah. Doubting you. Oh, yeah. Doubting choking you, yeah, yeah. If I'm not making money and not making sense, if I'm not getting bread, I'm not going there, yeah. Get me where, oh yeah, get me where. I'm moving up, I'm never coming down, yeah. Get me where, get me where. I'm going up, I'm never coming down.
So that particular song, that is song for the people that are trying to get all in situation that we can't handle. I'm not sure, man. I'm trying everything I can to fix it. That's why I play that song. If they send you here to carry something or please, man, get away. It's crazy, man. We can't get the show going for what? Well, I tried one last time. Okay. Mr. Dishu says not experiencing it. I think it's okay now. Okay. So please go ahead and share the show so we can continue with this conversation. So earlier I was telling you about, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to have to repeat myself. Start everything all over, if that will work. But yes, we were informed this morning that Henry Costa, Benin Ayure, and other people from the ALP, that they were upbeat, they were excited, they were jubilating, they were so happy that it is still going to be Henry Costa. But at the same time, some people from the Yomli camp also making it to look like that it's going to be Yomli Kanga Lawrence. And listening to Senator Dillon this morning, a few hours ago, is calling, appealing to Chairman Musa ability for them to come to the table to reconcile. So it's very, very, very important that we pay attention to these things. Please do not hesitate to let me know if the internet is still having problem. We do not have to have show today if it's not good. I like to have a show where we interact freely, you hear me clearly, so that you can get misinformation. If it's good, we'll continue talking. If it's not good, then we'll just shut it off for now and then come back tomorrow. I'm still not happy with the way I'm seeing it, but maybe you are seeing it okay. But I'm still having some issue with it. Hopefully it works. So when we listen to Senator Dillon calling for reconciliation of the Liberty Party and saying that if Liberty Party unite, Boakai and Cummings will stop bluffing them. So the unity that Senator Dillon is calling for now within the Liberty Party, is it because they're not seeing their way through with Joseph Numa Boakai? Or is it because Senator Dillon is genuine that he really, really wants peace within the Liberty Party? Or is it because Senator Dillon is responding to some of the criticism we have had of him, of being a problem, of being the reason that Yomli and Musa cannot reconcile? Is he responding to some of those criticisms? What is actually going on? Is Dillon actually meant what he's saying? So the reason we are very concerned about this, today when Dillon went to OKFM, Dillon that we listened to a few days ago, who throw out all kinds of jargon and disrespectful comment on Musa ability and the Supreme Court. Dillon is now calling for peace. Is he genuine? Is this coming from the heart? Or is this something, another game they're trying to play? what is going on. When we ask the question, where are we headed? Some of you may already have the answer. Some of you may not have the answer. But my personal answer to this question, where are we headed? It seems to me that we are headed to the destination of nowhere. As a country, the president is inept, cannot be trusted. The president is in trouble with the United States, with the international community. First, it was about 9 donor countries, including the UK, United States, France, and other big nations that were in Liberia putting their money in our central banks. They complained. They said, Mr. President and your government, you've been taking our money for a long time, but this time around it's too much. Please put the money back. You are using our money for different reasons other than the intended purposes. The money was put there for. The information minister, then information minister, Eugene Nangbe came and said that this is normal, that they do this all the time. They call it dig hole to cover hole. Now, the United States developed interest in Liberia. They pay attention to Liberia for money laundering, for drug trafficking. It's one thing for these things to be happening by ordinary people. It's quite another thing for it to be happening wherein government officials, including the president, is accused of being a mastermind, of someone who is aiding and abetting these things. So the president is in trouble. The so-called leaders, Joseph Nima Boakai, statesman, men of wisdom, men with all the experience, is also confused, not knowing where to go. Can he get his act together to choose a running mate, promising 3-4 people at the same time? To the extent where he's under tremendous pressure. Either you take me or I'll destroy you. Either you take me or you lose everything. Either you take me or I will fight you to the end. Alexander Cummings, who's supposed to be Mr. Clean Hand, also seems not to be understanding where he is when it comes to picking running mate. I believe, like I told Musa Ability here the last time, that Cummings should not wait for Boakai to choose his running mate first. If you have somebody in mind, take the person, make the case for the person, let the process start right now, this minute. You don't have to wait for Boakai. It seems like Boakai does not know where he's going. So when we ask where are we headed, this is not about just one person. The president does not know what he's doing. He's inept. He's incompetent. He has displayed in every step of the way that he doesn't know what he's doing. Now, Boakai, being a failure from the Ellen government, also displayed lack of leadership in every step of the way. When Boakai took over, Unity Party was destroyed. Up to now, Unity Party is still divided. The Ellen group, who are the high-class people, who are the diplomats, who are the people who know what they are doing, versus the Boakai group that is headed by most of the young people who still feel that they never had their time to eat with Ellen, that they can use Boakai and come and eat, that are confusing the Oben. You can't believe this until you talk to Joseph. You just got to close proximity with Joseph Nima Boakai and listen to him and listen to his mindset and listen to how he feels about some of these guys around him. You'll be discouraged. He's afraid of them. They bully him all the time. I have my experience. As a matter of fact, I can talk about every conversation between me and the woman. But when it comes to how the people around him, how he's afraid of them, how they treat him, to the extent where the woman will tell you, say, Seku, it's not that I don't want to come on your show. But I don't want you to go on your show before the people then these boys take social media with me. Let me send you my email address. Send me an invite. Let me give it to them. If they approve it, I'll come on your show. That's how much they torment this woman. That's how much they control him. That's how much this guy behaved to the woman. And we did. The woman sent us the email address. We wrote an invite. For him to give it to those guys, his handlers. And a call. And most of the things that we're telling you right now, it's not just a phone call. Some of them are text messages changed just to have record. We call, tested to confirm whether or not the email was received. And the woman said, yeah, I received the email and I sent it to them. Up to where we are, the email was not responded to. This is way before we have previous arrangement with the woman to come on the show, set up a date, authorize us to do a flyer and everything. And when they got to know about it, it was a no call, no show. We were disappointed, we were angry. But the woman told us, please don't be angry at me. I'm saying these things. Hold on 1 second. So just a second. I got to send a link to my buddy here. Let me do this real quick. Please, folks, give me a second. that was wait a minute. I'm sorry, folks. I got to send a link to Steve. Steve is at work and he need to join us. So it looks like Steve get it here. So I was talking about how the Omen is being handled by those guys. People who are not close to the Omen and what the Omen is going through. They say, "Oh, Joseph Barker is a crook. Joseph Barker is this," like my brother Steve always says, Joseph Barker move crook and this and that. I've said that Joseph Barker is a victim. Some people say he's a crook. Joseph Barker is this. Joseph Barker is this. He's smooth crook, especially like Steve. Steve, I think you need to do something, making a noise. The same thing what you normally do when you go home.
Okay. It was connected good.
Yeah. So I think the Omen is not himself. He's under serious pressure. And like I said, the information we got today, it seems like it's still going to be Costa. And that could also be the reason why Dillon is openly calling on Musa Belete for reconciliation. Openly today, call and beg on OKFM that he wants reconciliation. We know for sure if it's going to be Nyomli, I don't think Dillon will be doing this. To the extent where Dillon said, if we have one Liberty Party, both Unity Party, ANC, both Komis and Boakai will behave, they will get back to their senses. Boakai and Komis will stop bluffing us. And Dillon was reluctant today to criticize Charlene Bronskin that he just recently attacked publicly. He was reluctant. He said, "No, leave my sister alone." It seems that things not going the way Dillon expected it to go. But again, where are we headed as a country? People that we trust as leaders, people that we believe that they can deliver the country, people that we think they know something, but they are struggling with decision. I'm personally disappointed for the fact that up to now that Alexander Cummings is also waiting for Boakai or whatever way they are doing, they're not coming up with their ticket. Imagine Georgia was elected 2017. This is 2023. You have all the time in the world. You need to make up your mind, get something going for the Liberian people. But right now, as we speak, we have no sense of direction. So I wanted to talk about the guy who said that SKTV is owned and operated by an anti-Yombli campaigner. That guy, I don't want to give him so much relevance, but I believe Yombli will be laughing at that guy to tell him they are very stupid. I am very close to Yombli and her family, and I respect Yombli. I respect her family. They're my friends. So whether or not I support Yombli, I can never be anti-Yombli campaigner. Steve is not, and SKTV is not. We openly supported Yombli the last election that she won. SKTV was the first media, whether in Liberia or in the diaspora, to announce that Nyombli has won the election. We support her in the open. We campaign for her. We talk to people. We encourage people behind the scene and in public to go and vote for Nyombli. Oh, because Musa Belete is Madingo and I'm Madingo, automatically, I'm now anti-Nyombli campaigner. It is childish. It is tribalistic. And it has no place in the society that we are in right now. Steve, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Thank you so much. Thanks to our listeners and our viewers from around the world. Thanks for your support of SKTV. As always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. And as always, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. I listened to Daniel Sano yesterday on Abli J. To be honest with you, Daniel Sano is entitled to his view, but not the facts. To be honest with you, whether Yombi is aware of it, you're not aware of it, whether Yombi approves of the message, you're not approve of it, it doesn't make a difference to me. Me personally, it doesn't make a difference. I don't care. Because the truth of the matter is, Yombi is not immune from being criticized when she does what's wrong. Nope, she is not. And I'm not afraid to criticize Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence, Darius Dillon, Alexander Cummings, Joseph Boaka, Joe Weah, whoever it is. I'm not afraid to criticize them. It means nothing to me. So if he feels that SKTV is sponsored by Musa Belete or is sponsored by Cummings or is sponsored by Joe Weah or whoever it is, that's okay. I mean, you know, as we grow into this conversation, into the Liberian politics, I start to understand some things that, you know, these things they're imminent. They will happen. It's just a matter of time. People make stupid accusations, false accusations to suit themselves. That's okay. There's no wrong with that. Daniel Sano that are bare borders and they're young Kanga Lawrence. That's okay. And that's why he chooses to do, you know, where he chooses to carry on a life and a career. So good for him. That's okay. It's okay. He does everything she says. He follows every instruction she gives him, whether it's wrong or it's right. And a business. I don't care about that one. But let me just say this to Senator Yomi Kanga Lawrence or the Daniel Sano man. Not everybody's your friend. And not everybody's going to attack. Yeah. So, you know, they might keep it in the camp there and cut the crap out. Yeah. Because they don't want they don't want noise. They seriously don't want the other noise. But anyways, that's beside the point. Senator Yomi Kanga Lawrence will be fine. Daniel Sano will be fine. I listened to Senator Darius Dillon this morning. I'm happy that Rescue 2 is back in the picture. And the press conference that Costa had yesterday, where he was dressed up, acting all psychedelic and reading from a prompter and reading like, I'm being told behind closed door that he's been coached. He's been groomed to appear presidential, responsible, and so forth. I'm told this was all staged.
Yeah.
I like the message though.
But it's a good
Please
thing.
don't get me wrong. I like the message. I support the message Costa brought yesterday to bring light to
And
my
just,
message.
just to add your country, just to add to what you're saying, not only that the message was good, but the appearance too was good because
Yeah.
vice president, he got to believe, he got to behave and act as such. So
Yes.
for Boakai, so I think from what I heard today, Steve, I think the brother knows exactly what's going on, and I think he's going to be the one as we report.
Yeah, you know, Mr. Kane, those jealous beginning unity party, those jealous garden unity party, they want, let me tell you something, they want sport this, you know, but The only thing I will say is this though. Either way, either person Joseph Boakai choose, anyone he chooses, there will be noise. And as a matter of fact, the story that came out, let me give you the breaking news. The story that came out about the land issue, let's establish the fact that it's true. But that story was an inside work done because we are reliably informed that there are members of the Unity Party, Joseph Boakai cycle, that were not happy with his decision. And in order to make it known, they will destroy the horse and burn the horse down. So they will start exposing just forget about that. That thing where you saw other thing they coming behind. You're watching see. So like we said on day one, Joseph Yuma Boakai, Mr. Kane, I know that yes, he's under pressure. Yes, I know that part of the reason we've said over and over, Joseph Boakai cannot be the leader he is when his decisions are influenced, when his final decisions are not his. It's problematic. These are part of the things we said. These are reasons we've laid out. But not only that, Mr. Kane, Joseph Yuma Boakai takes full responsibility for the fact that Dave Costa, Jeremiah Kong, and Yombly Noise is still around them. He takes responsibility, Mr. Kane. With his experience, age, and knowledge, there are some things he should have known from day one not to engage in. You can't make everybody feel that they will be presidential candidate. You can't.
Vice President.
Yeah. It's problematic. Give them the impression privately, openly, and so forth. He toured with Yombly around here, where they were moving around, acting the presidential and vice presidential candidate. Out of a sudden, Costa pack up on the scene, and then Jeremiah Kuhn, he went with Prince Johnson, and they having meeting. And I mean, Mr. Kane, it comes back to one thing that we've said over and over. Joseph Boakai not running. I know we say that young against the anybody who wants to run, who want to be zero, will not be creating the kind of chaos and the mess that's going on. And the idea, let me tell you, I'm even reliably informed that the idea that he toyed with Jeremiah Kuhn and other people, Mr. Kane, has infuriated Bob Ben. He has created a serious problem. Bob Ben very uneasy with that. So the issue of Dillon calling for reconciliation or whatever it is, we've always called for them to go back to the party and not burn the hostel.
We said that before, over and over. We even told them that do not destroy your party for other people.
Yes.
Don't do it for UP. Don't do it for anybody. We told them that over and over.
Even up till Sunday, when we interviewed Chairman Musa Belede here, we had a conversation with him. One of our last focus questions was, is there any room for reconciliation? We asked that question because we're stupid. We're not against Dillon. We're not against Yombly. We're not against Musa Belede or anybody from the Liberty Party. As a matter of fact, I stand by this prediction. The way to the presidency is not through Joseph Boakai, it's through the Liberty Party. As evidenced by that, if the Liberty Party will not stay in existence, there will be no CPP.
Yeah.
Dala. So you think the thing we're talking that time. Way back. And we told you the way to the presidency is not through Joseph Yuma. You think we're stupid? No, we're not stupid. We know what we're saying. The calculations have been done. Mathematically, strategically, we've calculated, we position everything. It's not through the Unity Party. It's not through Joseph Yuma Boakai. Don't let nobody fool you. It's through the Liberty Party. The fact that the Liberty Party should even come back together for them to decide who they will support is a good thing, Mr. Kane.
Yeah, but my question to you now, Steve.
Yeah.
If they are all dug in, for example, Musa Belede and the Liberty Party, they're already with the CPP.
Yes.
Okay. Dillon then coming to say love reconcile our party. It's going to be reconciled based on what? They coming back together and stay and remain in the CPP, or?
So the first thing is the first thing that's a good question, Mr. Kane, but let me do the first pieces here.
Okay.
The first thing is the argument is not about the CPP, them being the CPP. The issue about them being the CPP is a legal issue. In fact, Chairman Musa Benede made it clear here that it was not him that put the Liberty Party in the CPP. It was Steve Zago, Chairman Stephen Zago, that put the Liberty Party in the CPP legitimately and legally. So the issue of then removing the Liberty Party from the CPP in itself, Mr. Kane, is null and void for now. That could be something that they could have in the reconciliation conversation. But that's not the major issue. The major issue here is this. It's reconsidering the party coming together and if Yombli Kanga Lauren will still stand as the political leader. That is the major issue. And if they are going to come together, are they willing to go to convention for them to elect Senator Yombli Kanga Lauren? Because according to the constitution, her term has expired. You see it? So these are the major trending issues. The issue of CPP Uber legitimately around the world legally. They're in the CPP Senator Dara Zelon who talking in a Liberty Party Senator. I challenge you to say Liberty Party Senator. He's CPP Senator.
Yeah.
Senator Yombli Kanga Lauren is CPP Senator. If Musa Belete will be running, he will be running on CPP. You see it? Anybody that
they don't say that today. The Musa Belete is going to be running as CPP.
So what Dylan was telling you in essence, that she was doing for him to say we won't come back together so we can come out of the CPP. He won't say it that way. But there is no way they're coming together.
Actually, he said something. He said,
Oh.
he's pushing for the former form of the CPP Foundation to come back together. He said that.
Okay. Let me tell you something, Mr. Kane. Let me tell you something. Let me be honest with you today. Even with the Charlie Brosnan issue, they don't know he spoke from an emotional standpoint. He should man up and either retract his statement or apologize. There should have been no way for him to even signal Charlie Brosnan out. Let's be honest. You can't signal this woman out and put her in the public as you did.
You can't say leave my sister alone. As if you're
when you are asked questions, then you say leave your sister alone. Let me tell you something, Mr. Kane, like you said earlier, they are not getting their way. They know.
With Joseph Boakai.
Let me tell you something. They know that the visit that Joseph Boakai went over there was to coerce Senator Yombli Kanga Lauren's father so that if she's not selected, she can still support the ticket. That was the reason for the visit. The reason for the visit was not to go there to go say, I want Senator Yombli Kanga Lauren to be vice president. Because then he should go test Senator Yombli Kanga Lauren pa. That Senator Yombli Kanga Lauren says will tell her father I was selected as vice president. So what they're trying to do is to massage but get Senator Yombli Kanga Lauren back. The problem is not with Joseph Boakai. The problem is not with the Unity Party. Let me tell you what the problem is, Mr. Kane. The problem is Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence and Dara Zeno understanding that you can make all the sacrifices that you've made for Joseph Yuma Boakai. And last minute time he can't play you with Kun and Costa. If the two people that were in a race, in the CPP, where you were better now, you were open up saying you will not be vice president, you don't want to be Joseph Boakai vice president, automatically you should be the default person.
Yeah.
You think politics are interest? Senator Yombli Kanga Lauren made it clear her interest to become vice president. Why bring Costa? Why bring Kun into this picture? Why? Why not speak with Yombli to reward her for all the things she's done? She has some serious missteps. Her statement in Grand Bassa this past Saturday, it was not strategic. It was not well thought of. It was wrong. I'm saying it again. Her statement in the CPP was wrong. Senator Yombli Kanga Lauren got herself to blame all of these things. What if somebody wrote it for her? Now she read it. She takes full responsibility. So what we are saying, she's made some sacrifices to ensure that she be on Joseph Yuma Boakai's side, be in a good books. But it seems like Joseph Boakai does not want to own on that. So hey, guess what? Come back to your party. Simple. Why burn down your house for somebody?
What about the statement by Dano Sando that should Yombli be considered for the VP, which should be going as Yombli Kanga Lawrence, not anything to do with Liberty Party?
Mr. Kane.
What does that mean?
Daniel Sando
trying to make the case for Boakai to consider her or what?
First of all, First of all, Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence. First of all, he tried to dismiss Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence. You'll be going as a senator.
Yeah.
That's first of all, that's highly ignorant. That's highly ignorant. There are processes. I'm not sure if and I'm going to be correct on the if the legal process will require Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence to withdraw her membership from the CPP legally because she has to go to court to not be CPP senator. Now, if she'll be CPP senator, that means she'll be going to the Unity Party and running on the Unity Party ticket. So, Dana Sanders was speaking as a bare ball who is ignorant of the fact. But the truth of the matter is this. If Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence, in the Joseph Boakai wildest dream, were going to be selected as vice president, Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence would have to go on the Unity Party. Simple. The Unity Party don't want to give all their name. That one of the problem they have with the DAL. Yeah, Larry talk about them. They don't want to give her the Unity Party name. They don't want to give her that brand. They don't. Let me tell you today. They don't. They don't. The only time they wanted to give it up to trade it out, to trade in with the CPP. Even with the CPP, they still wanted to maintain that. That's why they said in the CPP, everybody should maintain their
identity.
Yes, because they don't want to give her that Unity Party brand. So Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence will be going as Unity Party person. Simple. She will not be going as Liberty Party or whatever it is. So at the end of the day, Mr. Kane, it's up to Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence and Darrell what they want to do. I'm encouraging them to come back to the party, fix whatever they got to fix. If they got to go to convention and you let her, let them go to convention. But so that other foolish statement that he made, that there is no expiration for the political leader or the senate bearership in the party, that's ignorant for him again. He's a bare ball out, the bare ball part of him speaking. The bad ball. Because there is no institution where you say there is no limit. So when a political leader a lifetime title, so why you go to convention? I don't understand. In the Liberty Party constitution we have is clear. Her tenure is expired. It's stipulated in there. It's clear. Her tenure is expired. She was never elected. She was running Charles Muslim time. She took over as a caretaker. They gave her that title that was that nomenclature that they themselves formed. The time has expired. It's elapsed. They can't go to another election. So what are they talking about? So at the end of the day, Mr. Kane, they can choose to make peace or war in cycle, but I can tell you this. From the ruling of the Supreme Court, I send it to you that I read. There is no more case. It's done with. Even if they go to NEC will refer them to what is there from day one. That the document was filed rightfully. Simple. There is no case. So where are they going again? So that thing with the other power director was saying there is no case here. There is no case. And today that Wednesday, and Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence on Tuesday they will let us know the next legal step. Where's the next legal step? Your thing was stupid. We're not paying attention to what else say. Be that thing, man. That's all scam, man. That's all scam. Forget about that thing.
So the long cause today for reconciliation is because they're not seeing their way through and they want to just find a space where to with the Liberty Party back and but they don't have a bigger fight than reconciling, because that means he will automatically be going against his boy Costa. You never know. Maybe Costa too want to come on board.
Where?
To the CPP.
Forget that thing, man. Now I rescue too. I ain't going boy rescue.
If Costa going to go with Boakai as a rescue too, as you may put it, that means Costa then will be on one side and Dillon the other one will be on another side.
Mr. Collins, let me tell you something. I called somebody from Yombi camp.
Mm-hmm.
I called somebody from Yombi camp about 2-3 weeks ago. You know what I told the person? I think y'all get ready for the real showdown. You think you're fighting with Musa? You think that the fight you're ready for? Not get ready for the real fight. When Joseph Boakai play y'all, and y'all have to come back home, and they have to expose your tooth. And the time you know, so y'all get ready. But the not start yet. The yo-yo starting. Let me tell you something. The yo-yo starting from next month. Let me tell you today. In fact, the yo-yo must start from this week, the weekend. The real yo-yo will start. Because when Joseph Boakai is not to speak.
But the way you're talking right now, Dillon will withdraw the intention for reconciliation. Because
business.
They don't want to be on the wrong side of Costa.
Mr. Kane, let me tell you something. The boys in Dillon court. He want peace that business. He not want peace that business. What do you concern me? We have preached for them to come back together and mend the party. Simple. If they don't want peace, it's okay. Anywhere they go, let me tell you today, the ruling of the Supreme Court, that ruling of the Supreme Court, anywhere they don't go, they go in heaven, they go in hell, they go on the ground. It stands. It will never change. Let me tell you today. Let me tell you today. The sooner they realize, we said that thing before.
Yeah.
We said this thing before.
And over.
But Mr. Khan, let me go to my meeting, man. This thing.
I can't go.
Let me tell you where the real noise is. The real noise is in Joseph Boakai announcing his peak, either this weekend or the end of the month. And I think
and from where we stand, is I think it's going to be Aaron Costa, as we reported earlier last month. So yes, we'll be here tomorrow. The fast is giving me a hard time now, so we got to stop it here for today. We'll be here tomorrow, and then we will, unless you want me to open the line, you don't want to call in, but I think we will be here tomorrow. And we talk about the registration thing in Liberia. We are thinking about it. Hopefully we will go. I'm not sure when, but we are seriously considering it. And once we are certain about when we announce it, and those of you that will go there, we'll meet you there. Those of you that will not go, you will see us going, and we'll be reporting from there. But yes, we are thinking about it, seriously considering it. Yeah, but we gotta leave here for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Yo, good night.